okay, nothing much, honestly. Just enjoying the weather and yeah, just taking things.
Well, rather, well,
Yeah, it's very I don't know what Morning, but that's all like anyways.
Sfiso. Relationship.
If you like about to register, they can forcefully
Yes.
take your land.
Yes. Not forcefully take. Forcefully take and recompensate you for what the land is worth.
Okay, but
You're still gonna get money.
Okay,
Let's say I come to your house.
Okay, let's move on to the next question.
Oh, Mara, oh,
Wait, yeah, let's say, wait.
Because if you look at it, most white people, they don't think, they're not trained to go to school, go to varsity, get a job. But like they're trained to come up with things, invent things, think. So yeah, I get what she's saying.
Mara, only play you have to put my life. Feel this welcome. They kill me. Yeah. Oh, no,
I just keep forgetting to say.
Hey.
Okay. Episode 14.
Hi guys, welcome to Culture Podcast.
Yes,
My name
sure.
is G, and I'm here with.
Yeah, Tshenolo, my future.
Yeah, sure, but for the Spook Mathambo.
And today we have a special guest. I'll give him the platform to introduce himself and tell us what he's about, who he is, and yeah.
Yeah, I'm the special guest.
Yes.
My name is Sfiso. Kasi boy, born and raised. Fire.
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, I'm just going to be here as a special guest, just giving my 2 cents worth to the team. Hot culture.
Yes. Alright, before we get into the show, how are you guys' week? How's everything going?
Hey, it's been I don't know. It's been a very rainy week.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. very wet. Very wet.
So for now, the weather was okay, I guess. You prefer the weather, yeah. Yeah.
I like to say that too.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you know, if it's wet, then you have to deal with the mud, you know? kind of a challenge. But yeah, man.
Are we still talking about the
We're talking about the weather. The mud, you know, wetness on the road.
The flowers.
Yeah.
Okay. How was your week?
My week has been good, very productive. Yeah, it's been good news for me, you know, throughout the whole week. So yeah, very positive. Yeah.
Right.
Happiness.
And Ghost? How
Hey,
was your week?
perfect. Me, I'm back. It's another week. Hey. My week has been one of the most terrible weeks of my life. So I'd rather not step into something personal. Something.
You going for a movie?
Yeah?
You going for a movie?
From the bad week, I got my brother.
Okay.
Yeah, so.
They dumped you.
Yeah?
They dumped you.
No, my brother, it's personal.
It's my week was okay, nothing much, honestly. Just enjoying the weather and yeah, just taking things.
Well, rather, well.
Yeah, it's very I don't know what morning, but that's all like anyways, yeah, yeah.
No.
So let's get into the games. Paul will take us through the games and yeah.
Yeah, sure, Fethu. New week, new us, new games as let's have over Fethu. In accordance to the topic of today, our game is in relation to that. So it's called Riddle Me This. So I'm gonna give you guys like riddles, then you guys will tell me what am I or what it is.
Okay.
That's it.
I'm not.
I'm going for the first one.
So you just say, what are the rules? The rules scheme.
Yeah,
Yeah, you
say
shout
it.
your name. You shout your name.
Say
I think whoever shouts the name first will be the one getting the privilege of answering.
Alright, let's go, baby.
And then if you can't, if the person who tried to answer the thing cannot answer, we can pass it on
Pass
to
to the next
to the
person.
next person.
Okay.
How can you drop an egg from a height onto a concrete floor without cracking it?
What?
Drop an egg from height.
Yeah.
Onto a concrete
How can you drop
Breaking
a raw egg from a height onto a concrete floor without cracking it?
Sure.
No, but you mentioned raw egg.
Yeah.
Or raw egg.
Raw.
Oh, raw egg.
Raw, yeah. So imagine dropping an egg from a skyscraper onto
Yeah.
a concrete floor
Yeah,
without cracking it.
And you see now with
Like,
you.
like what? Like,
You look at it, Lou.
yeah.
Can a concrete be cracked by an egg?
No.
So without cracking it.
I'm
so
still
lost.
confused.
Okay, let me give you an answer. The concrete floor.
Without
you can't-
breaking the concrete floor, not the egg.
yeah. I just said it. So it.
Oh, so it's not.
We are thinking egg.
You think if the egg is the one breaking? Okay.
Yeah, so 0 to everyone. Okay, the second one. I have been a president, a leader, quite crowned. My name means the greatest in the land. My pool is a fire extinguisher. Bring back my machine. Who am I?
Sfiso.
Sfiso.
Oh shit.
Bring back my machine. Oh, little machine.
Oh.
Yeah.
Jacob. Zuma.
Yeah, that's correct.
Okay.
I sometimes run, but I can't walk. What am I?
What?
I sometimes run,
But I can't.
but I
walk.
can't walk. What am I?
Sfiso.
Shit.
Sane.
Gopolang.
I am first.
Yeah, no, you first.
Sometimes I can walk. The time is running, right? Isn't it time?
No,
It's not time.
it's not.
Gopolang. Water.
No.
What?
King boring. What's the
I sometimes run, but I can't walk.
You run, but you can't walk. Give us a tone.
It's somewhere on your face.
cheers?
It's what?
It's somewhere on your face.
Some on my face.
Yeah.
Cheers.
Eyes.
No. So the wrong coffee. It's a nose.
Running
Oh
nose.
my word.
Runny nose.
Yeah.
That is also.
Nah.
But like when
Oh,
you
next question. Yeah,
when
no.
time
And
is
water
running out.
runs. It can't walk. I'm right as well. Such a ridiculous.
I have a face.
It's like time is running out. And it can't walk.
There's many options too.
No.
Okay, that's fine.
Can be one
Fine.
answer to.
And your answer is correct.
Yeah.
Cheers.
We all right.
Right.
Okay, but it's fine.
What about one?
No.
Half a point.
Okay, it's cool.
Okay, it has keys, but no locks. It has space, but no room. You can enter, but you can't go inside. What is it?
It has keys.
It has keys, but no locks. It has space, but no room. You can enter, but you can't go inside.
Okay.
Just a clue.
No.
Because
No.
I want to clue.
Yeah,
I got the answer.
Yeah,
It's a piano.
No.
Piano keys.
You would have been right, but it's not.
Right.
Mm.
it was
Space. Space is kind.
Okay.
Okay, there's also it has space,
Oh, yeah.
but no room. You can enter, but
Oh,
you can go
Tshenolo.
inside. So,
Compute. Then keyboard.
yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
So it's one Tshenolo,
Okay.
one Tshenolo, one Sfiso, so
What about the half?
Yeah?
Keyboard from the
You gave yourself a
No,
often in the news. Ne? I'm often in the news. Sometimes for a tweet or a debate or a seat. My party colors are bold, but can make you a bit cold. Who am I?
Often in the news.
Often in the news. Sometimes for a tweet, a debate, or a seat. My party colors are bold, but can make you a bit cold.
Gopolang. Can make you a bit cold.
Mm-hmm.
DA. Democratic Alliance. Wait, you guys. Wait, you said.
Okay, I'm gonna give you another chance.
Okay.
Think of cold, not in terms of the color of the
Okay.
thing, but cold in terms of how you react to whatever the thing is. So if
It is a party, right?
I don't know, my sister. Sounds
It's a president.
no. Should I repeat it?
Yeah.
Yeah, just repeat. Say.
I'm often in the news, sometimes for a tweet, a debate, or a seat. My party colors are bold, but can make you a bit cold. Cold not in terms of temperature, or the colors aligning to the temperature, but cold in terms of reaction to whatever that thing is.
Sfiso. Why am I thinking Julius Malema?
No.
It's not Julius.
You are right on the DA, but it's not the DA. Huh? That's another clue.
His name is
No,
What, Helen Zilla?
no, DA is a what?
Political party, right?
Yeah, and monitoring my party colors are bold. So if it's not the DA, what else is there that can make
the NEC.
the what?
The NEC.
Yeah, you must raise up your hands or say it's
Tshenolo.
Is the ANC?
Yeah.
Really?
Hence I said the reaction to the party can make you cold. The ANC has disappointed so many people in this lifetime that you become cold to it.
Yeah, okay, I get that part. But the part about, tweeting, it kind of...
Most applications are figuring about from Twitter.
Oh, yeah, okay. Secretary General. Yeah.
Majority in the president.
Okay, yeah, okay, cool. Next question.
So it's a point to
Yeah, 2-1.
God, I was saying that.
It's point to Tshenolo, 2 points Tshenolo, 1 point Sfiso. Okay, another one, second last now. What does a man do only once in his lifetime, but a woman do once a year after 29?
what?
That doesn't mean...
What does a man do only once in his lifetime, but a woman do once a year after they are 29?
After they are 29.
Yeah.
You're a woman, you should
What are you
know.
gonna do after
19.
After 10 years, right?
Think about it.
I don't know.
Have you done it, you, Mpho? Have you
A
done
man does it
Nothing
once in their life.
No, like Sophie.
Auntie, okay.
A man does it
What does a man do
yes,
only once
In his
in
life.
their life, but a woman does it after
29.
29.
Yeah.
And then a man,
You say
when does a
If it's on
man do?
Kakarabo, no.
10:30.
Yes.
Oh, damn, really? Really?
Ah,
what
yeah.
does a man do once in a lifetime?
Yes, only 10:30 once in a lifetime. A woman only 10:30 once after 30.
Ah.
When I sleep, you jump on and I sleep.
Oh, yes. She's back in the game, Baba.
And we gave you the answer.
No, what? Why?
No, the last
Why
question.
didn't you?
Okay, going for the last one then. What kind of ship has two mates but no captain?
What?
What kind of ship has two mates but no captain?
Shape.
Ship.
Sheep has what?
Has two mates but no captain.
What?
Sfiso. Relationship.
However, so Tshenolo, you won 2, Gopolang 1, Sfiso 2. Thank you guys for playing these games with us.
Gopolang 1.
Okay, shall we get it? Alright guys, so let's jump into the topic of today. Today we will be talking about the state of racism in politics in our current society. Alright? So the first question is, do you think that racism still exists in South Africa even after we have defeated the struggles of apartheid? And why?
Yeah, it's a bit, nothing since existed.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Like in Mathambo, they fought for nothing.
For sure.
Yeah. Because like, I want to know between Elon Musk and the ANC, pretty much racism and that. So I think, since existed.
Okay. Sfiso?
For me, I'm actually going to be on the fence on this one. In a sense of, I think in certain areas, it's so visible. When you think about it, so you would go to certain areas and you get the normal treatment. It's like I want to variety, man. When you come across maybe white people, you find white people hanging with black people and so forth. I think it exists particularly whenever you maybe go to places like Cape Town. Because like I've actually been once that side in Cape Town, and the racism that side is pretty extreme. It's extreme. It's like in your face.
Yeah.
So I think maybe in certain areas, and it's just small individuals that still carry that notion of I don't like black people and black people should stay away and those sort of things.
Okay. Mpho?
I think mine is going to be a bit in depth because I think for both parties, for the party of those who are victimized or those who are victims of racism and those who are inflictors of racism, there's never been a rehabilitation for any of the two parties. So it's hard for me to detach from what I know from birth, Kule as a white person, and when I see this person, I see a kafir. For me now, Mandela came now and fought, and there was nothing that was done to rehabilitate me to say, now we're moving into a new age, into a new life, into a democracy. Understand? And these things are not only happening in terms of a day-to-day thing. Maybe it might be hard to find on a day-to-day thing because you're always in Soweto, you don't see as much as white people. But when you go to the corporate spaces, when you look at the politics in itself, who's supporting South African politics from outside? Which side of the South African politics are they supporting? What agenda are they carrying? So for me, it's still very much in depth. As much as it's also maybe can go into policies. What we thought was the Freedom Charter is not what it is today.
True.
So if we were saying the Freedom Charter was coming to create a balance, there has never been that balance. They will tell you that South Africa is one of the greatest democracies, but if you do not exercise any of these things, then it's worthless. Other countries are taking similarities or your same democracy and actually effectively using it because but the only thing that's not spanning is that there's no implementation here on our side. And another thing also that we must also pay attention to, the racism is also granted by if we are a part here, and I can see Gopolang is a great leader and attach well the masses that are supporting us And Gopolang, if we put her in charge, she's actually gonna do what she says she's gonna do. And then Sfiso, Sfiso rabona ka maka 10 rand and chaka, okay, matter zaman go yetsa rand 10 rand every day, okay, matter reading. So it's easy for me to pick Sfiso to sell my agenda and create a narrative that the black leaders debate because we've selected the ones that we want to suit the narrative. I understand. I don't think there's never been a chance where someone who's really fighting for democracy and it's the whaling captain, the liberation movement, basically. What the people who died actually died for. I understand. There's never been that representative.
Yeah.
So there's always the same people who are in the racism space own everything that communicates to the people. So if I own every TV, every radio station, I don't give you any chance to tell me the truth.
Yeah.
Because I don't want you to know the truth, essentially. So for me, I think it's all those factors that I can say exist, but at the same time, there's never been a change.
I know the EFF maybe like just I think like just easy premise and hard.
Yeah.
EFF I did.
But no, EFF, how work VBS? What's the first thing that comes into your mind?
Marpela no, VBS came to like any person is media, 100.
Yeah. Hence I'm saying if I control the media, then I'm not gonna give you a chance for people to see you for who you are. Now my point is agreeing to what you're saying, but I'm trying to make an example out of it. As much as EFF, anything that is bad is what we're gonna see about the EFF. Floyd was the biggest thing in political space. It was the biggest thing in political space. And now in the same political space, it's saying how many are going now. So they're influencing even people who want to stay to go. Understand? So you are fighting the EFF, you're not here, to my point, is fighting for what you are trying to say we want. But there's so much machines and mechanisms around that is in the race part that don't want this to flourish or to materialize.
Yeah. I think also when we just look at what's happened recently, the recent news with regards to Afrikaners actually toying, stating which all right, we seeking refuge, and Donald Trump obviously introduced the thing which Afrikaners, you are welcome to come to America, It just goes to show, because remember now the Afrikaners are now fighting with the ANC, which is actually the government, the ruling government, right? And it's obviously black-owned government, right?
Yeah.
So you can clearly see from that obviously with regards to that, it's a race dynamic, basically, because now there is that what that land reform, something like that.
Expropriation
of land. Yeah, because now they're thinking to themselves, oh, land is going to be taken away from us without any compensation. Like it was not your land in the first place. It's not your land in the first place. So while you are busy complaining now, you running to Donald Trump, and obviously Elon Musk is some of his, some of his lanis, So
after Trump went to Zoreland, and they were like, she must have created them Saudi.
There's no one to rule that side.
Yeah.
Free reign is here. And you see to what Sfiso is saying, I think for me that's where the EFF part comes in when we saying the reverse media implications. They've been the ones saying land expropriation. So the meaning in your mind, psychological land expropriation, you're taking our land. And now this bill is not what that thing is saying, but it's including those words to get this reaction. And when you actually now read it, you can tell, they're saying if there's space that we need, and there's 150 people in Alex that we need to build houses for, and this place is we have identified, or we can build this thing, we can compensate you for what the land is equating, and then you can have money from that. So there's no expropriation.
Doesn't it say if you about to register, they can forcefully take your land?
Yes. Not forcefully take and recompensate you for what the land is worth.
Okay, but
you're still gonna get money.
Let's say I come to your house.
Okay, let's move on to the next question. Let's say I come to your house. You own your house.
You go and my house that I stole from you.
My man, listen.
Yeah.
Listen. So we rekile or went in, Masula.
Yeah.
So I heal that. Now to your home. I come to your home. I want to buy your home. And then and then I forcefully take it. But I forcefully take it.
Yeah.
Go for the
Yeah, land that was not mine initially.
Niliama.
It was the black people's land, my brother. It was taken from us forcefully.
Okay, Buffy, they came out.
My brother,
Okay,
if you are in possession of stolen property, but you didn't steal the property, you got it as an inheritance. You are still in part of stealing.
Government, right?
Government is a for into necessary. Meaning, for my example, if Alex, they are congested in that space.
Keep the government is.
Government, yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So, second question is, how have historical policies like apartheid shaped present-day racial dynamics in various South African industries?
That's a good question.
How have historical policies like apartheid shaped present-day racial dynamics in various South African industries?
I think from that question, in terms of how it has shaped it, the privileges, when we speak of a white person and a black person, it's two different things. From a corporate space is that a white person would be more privileged to negotiate better terms in terms of the employment contract. There's been instances whereby a white person can be doing the exact same job that you are doing, but they're earning more in comparison to you.
Because they're white.
Because they're white. It's the white privilege. I was having this discussion with a friend of mine this other day to say that, come December time, you find a lot of black people graduating, taking pictures of their graduations and so forth.
Yeah.
But have you actually come across like white people graduating?
Nah.
So that's the craziest thing.
It's
That's the
very
craziest thing. So I think that's the dynamics when you think about it. That all right, yes, the apartheid, racial, whatever thingy, I think that's what it has caused, basically, from my side. I don't know. I could be wrong.
Yeah.
Maybe white people prefer Tshenolo. No, we don't socialize, we don't take pictures and put it on social media.
But you're right, also to that point. You can get the same diploma when we studied in Mpho.
Yeah.
Ali more effective than you because he learned whatever that thing is from inside the company.
Yeah.
From reception to the biggest responsibility in that company. He knows it in and out.
Yeah.
Because when sort of a seat, you know the principles, you know all these things, but you haven't worked in that space now. Practical. So you haven't met obstacles that you can meet, that not what the textbook says, but what you can actually meet on a day-to-day.
So what's my experience? I was planning the qualification, the experience.
Yeah.
Yes. Yeah.
Actually.
Yeah.
Because I think, with the ANC, man, or with the political space, this whole idea of saying that, go to school, get your diploma, get your degree, whatever.
Yeah.
I think somehow, we were just being sold dreams, man. Because look at the amount of people, with the qualifications, with whatever, but
That was my argument with Sansa the other time. Remember when we were arguing during our meeting?
Yeah.
And I was like to him, it's so easy and it's sort of like a system where they say matriculate, go to varsity, get a job.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah.
But how many of us are actually thinking of alternative ways to make money or to invent things or to come up with new things?
Yeah.
Because if you look at it, most white people, they're not trained to go to school, go to varsity, get a job. But they're trained to come up with things, invent things, think. So I get what you're saying.
Manapi only black you have to put my life. Feel this one. Yeah. Feel like you're going to take man. You can make that boy. When thing that thing needs what because nothing go. But
Oh yeah.
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 Even
And then
there's
now-
khona king.
Nuclear
Nuclear
Yeah.
Mara, who killed him? Is it black people or white people? Let's talk about that because I feel like we are our own enemies.
We can't speak about things that we don't know.
We can,
No prayer.
To that point, that lady, we haven't known about her until she died.
Yeah.
And she's been doing
Good things.
greatest of things.
Yeah.
And as a Spanish fellow locally, internationally, in go the associations that the top, she's been there and influential in there. But no one has sung praises or anything of that nature. So that's another one. And then I think for me, in terms of policies, I think those policies are meant to the point when I was saying none of them are being implicated or implemented or being done. I think that's just it. They're just, you see that laptop on the table, or that character Mpho on the table. It's just there to be there on toilet. Nothing has been exercised. Those things are just forsages, if we're to be honest or understand. Because there's so much great policies. Again, to say other people are copying those policies and they're actually exercising those policies and they're actually working for them. Ronald really on the same struggles that the people of 1994 struggled with.
Yeah.
So the constitution itself, there's so many things that have to be amended in that thing, because nothing is for the benefit of a regular person.
Yeah.
And once you start saying we are excluding ourselves, we are trying to economize Soweto, to be Soweto, to make it something like Oranje, that's a problem, because now you are taking one of the biggest market more economy and you are closing it for yourself. So they can use the same constitution now to make you a villain. We South Africa economy down, what. But no one was looking out for those same people that whatever you're trying of whatever you've built was looking out for the same people for. So I think policies are there and they are exceptional policies, but because of the lack of implementation of the policies, it's killing South Africa. So there's no change.
Okay, next question. Do you think that politicians are doing enough to ensure that we live in a non-racial and non-discriminatory society? So,
politician. Like a problem as a country.
yeah.
Each to their own.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah.
I also agree, man. Like politicians,
And then they look at each other. Shaban Pesa Zengareman, Kabo Ismakashula, Pella, no, absolutely the next guy. Since I just let and I saw Swara already. So that.
Okay, can I ask this now? At what point, I just want to change the question a bit now. At what point can we say that, like, what do politicians need to do in order for us to say, yeah, these people have done their job? Racism, discrimination is a or it doesn't exist anymore. What is it that they need to do in order for us to be like, yeah, okay, no, let's shake this down someone?
Excuse, I could deviate from the question and be a bit objective. Every single person who has struggled with racism in the workplace or discrimination in the workplace has been represented by the EFF in the last 4 years. What have we done them with right now after the election? I understand. In the same context of that question, we can't say politicians are not entirely doing anything. There are people who are doing something.
Yeah.
But at the same time, once they start getting into your house, you forget all the struggles that your children have been going through. The femmes because of the racial aspects. The femmes because maybe people outside because they get them to pay while we now because those injustices have always been trying to the advocate for represent the black people. I understand. But we don't also reciprocate that. If we say we want change, what kind of change are we looking for? What are we doing to get that change? That's another question.
You know what my issue is? Yes, fair and well, the EFF has actually had that drive to actually, represent black people whenever they are being, being attacked maybe at workplaces and those sort of things.
Yeah.
Now, there's always been that issue of here, you know, when you go to universities, I mean, there's been recent cases whereby maybe a black student gets peed on, you know, by their white people.
Yeah.
And then I always ask myself, like, because yes, it's something that's going to appear on the news, but then what are the repercussions that are taken afterwards? Are these people now taken to prison? These white people taken to prison?
What's the
what
consequence?
happens? Yeah, what's the consequence of them actually doing that? Because that's racism that actually exists in universities.
Yeah.
So what gets to happen? Because yes, fair and well, EFF will go to the company, hey, you need to reinstate this person, what. And then with regards to people working, the students in universities, because
Because they're still there.
they're still there.
Yeah.
It's something that yes, it gets broadcast on the news, and then next thing in China, it's like, what's on this?
Sure. And also to that, these institutions have so much money to hide. Maybe there's more things that have been happening that we don't know.
Yeah.
But that this one, they be like, because
Yeah, it got leaked somehow, obviously, with social media and everything. Yeah. But we don't really get to find out as to
what's the
happens.
consequence.
Yeah,
There is no consequence. Because at the same time, the judiciary, for example, people who are placed in the judiciary, according to my view, according to what I see, the only people who are targets are people who are trying to go against the system.
Yeah.
Somehow trying to destabilize the system. You understand? Because share example something I know. There's a Chinese lady who kidnapped allegedly somewhere called Cape Town or Teben. The SIU is investigating that case. The SIU. Imagine. Kona le bana ba boleleng no ba itre na shootout ke tsebo re ne le ko kae ko Eastern Cape just 2 days ago. Investigate ke SAPS. I understand.
Yeah, so you
already.
The importance.
Yeah.
Okay.
But you can't risk a bad relationship with China, no. But there's so many videos that you see about that people, black South Africans who are in China, are sharply doing. Blue eye. But there's nothing exciting. There's just this.
So I think maybe our government, to that extent, yes, they are failing us.
There is no consequence.
Well, political parties, they are failing us.
Yeah.
But EFF, they're doing something, but
But another again,
Sfiso is loud, that guy. Marene is very...
no.
Yeah, they approach, Marene was...
But guys, when was the last time was he making noise? No, they're taking the DA route. That everyone must have an opinion. But there's so much that... Yeah, and this time he said they're taking a different approach coming into this term after the elections. Because Garno is Abaspanil and Ibatina too much into it. Now they're taking it into the case or fighting these things systematically or legally. You understand? At the same time, I wanted to state something. There's so many universities now that are under the EFF leadership in terms of what it's calling stuff like that.
Yeah.
And there's so much less noise. Meaning there is a change somewhere. As much as maybe both it's because something dynamically different to get the biggest.
You think there's less noise?
On the universities?
There's been protests. There was a shootout called, I think, CPUT. Kids fighting for if he's not fall.
Yeah.
I don't think it's they just maybe not broadcasting it enough for us to see because it's a struggle. It's been prolonged now, but it's still happening.
But
even now.
You see, EFF led.
Is it what?
Is it EFF led in terms of? It's DF.
But CPUT.
Coco Varsity. I don't know Varsity.
You mean CPUT specifically?
Yes.
Is it DA led?
Is it EFF led? Yeah, because my point was majority of the varsities, by now there should have been so much noise. And now EFF led. Meaning the election, but changing about Kenya more EFF leaders into power. Understand?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what do you think? Do you think politicians are doing their job or
But I still Every man for himself. It's every man for himself.
Yeah.
Okay, the last question. How do you think the recent hike in value-added tax will disproportionately affect low-income families, particularly in marginalized communities? What do you think the delay of the state of the national? What do you think of the delay of the state of national purchase?
Oh, budget.
The budget speech.
Yeah.
That didn't exist. It didn't happen.
There's need to be.
Yeah, it didn't happen in the budget.
Why is that? Why is that?
What a couple of 2%.
No, but imagine 2%. Yes, already the 15. Is it 15?
Is it
15?
15, yeah.
15 or 14?
And remember when
The
they were
15% is
implementing the 15, they said this is just temporary because we want a cash injection.
Ooh,
Yeah.
And now they want
And the
to.
temporary now and what's
That's how lockdown started. 3 days.
Because obviously, when you say temporary, you're
Yeah.
stating that no, it's just after a short term, we're going to take it into
After
account.
2 days.
and how long has it been?
Oh.
And in the same time when they were announcing the 15%,
Yeah.
there was a decrease in the private sector tax. The private sector
Really, you are increasing.
the poorest of poor must be the ones being poorer.
Poor.
Yeah, they must be the ones giving us this money. The state entities, every budget speech, they are given boosts. These things, they are meant for it's already sustained. The boost shouldn't be a yearly thing. It should be something in that moment. Lockdown.
Yeah.
But even before lockdown, they've been boosted.
Yeah.
So that is something kind of low income or kind of every year
Minimum wage.
That 3.5.
No, you get a no.
Yeah, but
2 weeks ago or got 28 point something.
it was, I think it was a 3%. It moved from, so the hourly rate was 28 rands,
27.
27 rands
Yeah.
something. Yeah, but you
Now it's
still 90
28.
cents. But you still 90 cents.
So sure.
Now it's 28 rand 79 cents now.
Yeah.
So sure. I was
So
going
it's
to between I don't know guys.
Eh?
I was going to go to these are going to guys.
And I wanted to my thing here, implementation. How do they know whether people are getting less than that? Because this thing applies to people who are getting less than the minimum. Meaning the company should increase to this. This is the law. If they are paying these people under that minimum wage, they are breaking the law. How do they know more than that? Because I'm definitely sure underneath this.
There's
There's a lot. How do you take companies with accountability for their heads when there's no process or no light for on top of that, where we are right now, food hikes, if they are bringing 2%, which is double what we've been going through, because that was a 1% increase.
Imagine.
And I know we are in a time, America. We are being part of the BRICS, BRICS alliance on all sides, meaning in terms of rent to dollar exchange rates. No, I don't think so. I don't think so. But I must also understand this guy needed to come with something.
Yeah, because
After-
it's been
yeah,
a bad boost.
yeah. And I know one of the narrative is that he's the one who's been signing the bills.
Yeah.
what.
Yeah.
Babang Banta must sign in next, since I was saying next. But if you can check, Zuma Lena Nasana Kanakotse Navakatson. Change the narrative. Yeah. So because still the same things that is the better bill that he signed. I want to sign a whole it matter. Mara eo yone mnante ka hore for bone ka ba spanela. If I ke batlo aga ke baya land kontanga sa already sabile le ntanga or ntanga wena ke tlo kaya 6 million lende ya how we 500,000 o tlo ka 3 million call site sa ja already da modima mo tlo aga di RTP for batho ba ko Alexandra tlo ka 10 years let's say contracted. Yeah, but these things, initially, the policy is still great for the guys are a difference. But because the sense that thing was saying, we put people in power, the image of black leaders. Understand? Good marketing. The MK effect would have been the same effect if Zuma was the one saying go vote for EFF.
Yeah.
So it's that marketing also, or they know how much power this guy has. So I'd rather create my own thing. So either way, it's politics, all these things.
It's all about man.
It's all about man. But now my problem is black people are gonna continue suffering if they're not gonna look out for themselves.
Facts.
We are always gonna try to come up with solutions, but to about the police. I want to roka with an increase of 20%. The ingredient
You're 2% increase your
mental aspect around is one. Will they allow you to succeed? We are where we are because system to a point where we see now as enemies each other.
Yeah.
There's no point where we're gonna agree. If one person comes up with a rumor right now, really the biggest thing, and it's first to kill a black person than a white person, regardless of whether it's a gun, ammunition, or whatever way.
Exactly. And when you think about it, why are they creating all these other political parties?
Yeah.
Why are all these political parties diverging from ANC? Like EFF, MK, ANC.
Sure.
So it's like it's every man for himself. Basically.
It is. And then now you're dividing the vote.
You're dividing the vote.
If the vote was gonna say EFF Mkonto what Kaganam because politics are they would have got more people. But because there's egos involved, power hungry, and so many dynamics in it would now result to say, I mean Utola Muntumi one and then vote ANC government. So only political party say five.
What house?
Yeah. Because of the greatest marketing strategy. Yeah.
You know? Yeah.
Alright guys, I think we can wrap it up.
The light is still good.
It's still good.
Yeah. You can increase go post.
Okay, so you can do the game.
Yeah, you can do the game.
Yeah, I'll stop an announcement or stop a kilo shading. But come back.
Yeah, government
Yeah, someone
stages on stages.
Politics, that's why.
Okay, anyways, let's move on to the games.
That was a good conversation.
Yeah, it was.
Very enlightening.
Yeah. Hey, Buffett. Government in the Madi Zelena gaming. Never get to send the picture market kaya snap, let's shave and then the Tankaya Kara. But I'm starting with 100 lemons.
Come on with it.
Away.
Come on with it.
Sorry, Yeah. Okay, keep of it. So the day before yesterday, Mary was 7 years old. The next year she will turn 10. How is this possible?
The next what?
What?
The day before yesterday, Mary was 7 years old.
The day before yesterday?
Yeah. Next year she will turn 10 years old. How is it possible? So you need to find me a logical reason for that.
Well, 10 and 10. And another 7 day before yesterday.
Yeah.
Wait, please repeat some.
Isn't it maybe because
Take time to think about it.
like day before yesterday.
The day before yesterday, Mary was 7 years old. Next year she will turn 10. 10 years.
Maybe it's December, maybe
How is it?
20 something.
No, you need to elaborate, my
Next
friend.
year she will turn.
10 years. The day before yesterday, she was 7.
But they didn't say.
They
They didn't say Mary will turn 10.
Wait,
They just said she will turn 10, and they referred to Mary.
yeah, Mary. Everything's about Mary here.
7.
The day before yesterday, Mary was 7 years old. Next year, Mary will turn 10 years old.
Sure.
How is it possible?
I know why
But
it's
no,
extra.
it's not true.
It's so simple, guys. It has to do with the days.
Yeah.
It has to do with the days in the year. I'm just trying to, wrap my head around that. The day.
Yeah, true.
Eh? I'm not going to go back to Canon. You're
After all these political talks,
Yeah.
it's already-
Oh, like give up all of it.
Day before she was.
No, give us a clue.
There's no clue, my brother.
Okay, give us the answer then.
Yeah.
Yeah, we give up.
You see, black people.
the answer is in the day.
This is how they learn to speak.
That's not what I was thinking.
They ask you this.
They gave Shanga SP. You see. Oh, ma. Banige. The day before yesterday,
Yeah.
Mary was 7 years old. Next year, Mary will turn 10 years old. How is it possible?
That is not possible.
If you're saying you are giving up, just tell me, I give up.
I ask you give up.
Prove yourself.
Are they asking me up?
You don't give up, you.
It's the same year, man.
Yeah, you see, I said ask you give up. I know.
It's the same year.
Yes, explain. Explain the same year.
Explain the same year is like the day before,
Mm-hmm.
Mary was 7,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
And then the day after, she'll be turning 10.
The next year.
The next year.
Yeah.
It's the same year, Baba.
Yeah.
So if Mary, day before yesterday, was 7,
Yeah.
then yesterday, it was a birthday. She turned 8 in the same year.
Mm-hmm.
So,
Next year is gonna be 9.
It's
I'm
not.
still explaining.
okay.
If the day before yesterday, Mary was 7 years old,
Yeah.
that means yesterday she turned 8 years.
Okay.
Ne? And if she turned 8 years yesterday, then this year she will turn
9.
Then next year she'll
10.
turn.
No.
It's like saying, no, it's like saying.
Yeah, it is. Yeah, it is.
It's like saying, if I'm understanding correctly.
Yesterday, day before yesterday, she was
Yes.
7.
Yeah.
Yesterday it was a birthday.
Okay.
She turned 8.
Yeah.
Ne?
So she's
Then
still-
this year,
She's 9.
this year,
She's 9.
this year, she's turning 9.
So it's like
Next
29,
year,
then
yeah.
29 is December. Umeri was 7. Ne? 30. On that year,
Yeah.
she
but
turned 8.
Yeah.
Obviously, next year she's
The-
gonna turn.
No, this year, man. I'm not going to January. This year, January, she's turning 9. Next year, she's turning 10.
Which month?
So let me make an example.
So
Which
day
one?
before.
If I'm telling you today,
No, I get it.
listen, if I'm telling you today on this date, that last year, that December, that 29, Mary. Oh, no, let me say, this year, January, right now.
Yeah,
It's
it's the
January.
1st of
It's
It's the
January.
1st of January.
It's the 1st of January.
Day before yesterday was the 20.
Was the 30th?
Was the
the
3rd.
No,
The 31st. It was the
No,
31st.
day before yesterday.
Oh, yeah,
Oh, it's the 3rd.
Yeah.
So the 30th, she was 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
On the 31st, it was her birthday.
Yes.
That's when she turned 8.
8.
This year,
She's
this
9.
is January.
Next year it's
turning
10.
9.
No,
Next year is-
what birthday did you want
No,
in
it's
December?
next year.
Yeah, it's not this year. We'll turn 9.
Yeah.
Then you want that next year, we'll turn 10.
No, I get it. I get it. It makes
But it
sense.
didn't say she was born on the.
Oh, that's sound was.
What do you
What
think?
does it mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, Mpho's coming at us today. Yeah.
Sansa,
Go away from
So-
the camera. So,
so-
what's wrong with you?
Sultan.
That's a sultans. There's family members written on those ties.
What do you mean? What does it mean?
Yeah.
Like,
Read.
There's a saying.
Yeah. Stay.
It's a saying.
There's a saying.
About this picture.
Yeah.
oh.
That has the knot.
Wow.
Okay, so, okay.
Or a
Okay,
family that's tied together, stay together.
okay, do you look at, okay, so, Rashabali Thai, or Rashabali Street, or...
Everything.
You are everything.
Sfiso.
They're
You're
always
right,
there.
Marafukota Mafuka.
Yeah.
Family
Oh,
tree.
family ties.
Yes.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Re tlo bontsha di-picture tse mo editing. Ya ka ntse re botsa
Yeah,
na
on
yone.
that.
There's
Yeah.
another one.
It's a so.
Nah.
Fitisa next.
There's another one.
Okay, bon.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, you start.
What was it?
You the guest.
Everything in that picture says something about the saying.
About what?
About the saying.
Of the color.
My brother.
Okay, I'm still gathering my thoughts. Mm.
What do you guys see there?
Colors.
Colors.
Yeah.
The word or just colors?
Both.
Oh.
And what else do you see?
Brightness.
What else?
Lines.
Lines. Yeah.
Where's the color in the
Black
lines?
Black lines.
Where's the what?
Where's the color in the lines?
Where's the color in the line?
Mm.
Where's the color in the lines? Why?
No, what's the?
Oh,
what's
wait, guys,
What's the
wait. It's the lines and then it's the word color in between. I need
Mhm.
to. Oh, there it is, colorblind. Yeah? Colorblind. Am I right?
Color blind.
Colorblind.
Color blind.
Okay, check out the answer.
Why are you coming at us like this?
It's colorblind. Eh?
No, it's not.
It's not colorblind.
Kera ka itsho.
No.
Tse nang le clue tse.
I gonna the clue. The clue gets on answer. Where are the lines and the colors?
You can see.
Where are the lines?
Above and below, right?
Oh, Peter Finn. No, the color in between. In
Is
between
that the answer?
Oh, yeah.
The color in between.
When
the
I say
lines.
it's the color in between.
But for the load shedding, I had more, but it's
So we have to close it up.
yeah, my best.
Oh,
Alright guys, it was a great show. It was good having you, Sfiso.
Thank you.
But to see you again.
Please like, subscribe, share, follow, do all this good stuff, and yeah.
Thank you, Fate. Where can we get Sfiso anyway if you want to know him more, get to know about him?
Social media, it's Fisto's Jams. Facebook, it's Sfiso Grovo. I'm not on TikTok, guys. I still need to subscribe and familiarize myself. Because I'm old, guys. Hey, I'm down. Very down.
Dinosaurs, they know you.
Very down.
Is it true what they say about the globus? Is it true?
What do they say
What they say
about
about the globus?
What do they say?
You don't know what they say about the globus? Go to it next time. Peace out.
Bye.
I show of it.